Okay.
Alright, welcome to the channel. Basically, in Genshin Impact, there's a bunch of team comps and things like that, but this is like one of the newest team comps that you can really work with on your team, especially in the Abyss, in the dungeons and stuff like that. So, most people don't really like to, but like, Layla's a shielding type, but she's also a tank and a support, so I mean, it really helps your team. So, and so is Nahida and Klee, kinda, sorta. Klee's more of a DPS if you use her that way, but it can go either way. So, here's the thing. This team is really broken because of the simple fact that you have Nahida and you have Layla and you have Yaemiko. Now, with Nahida and Yaemiko alone, you can really mix well with those two, especially with Klee, because, for instance, this is an example. If you switch over to Yaemiko and then you use her regular ability, like that's just her regular ability, and then you throw Klee's bombs down, they sync with each other. Like, both of them are trap type abilities. So when those bombs explode, those electricity things will explode as well as the bombs. So you just switch back to Yai and then you can do the same thing.
Right now.
And it would catch everything on fire, and that's basically overloaded. Because fire and electricity makes the overloaded ability. And you can also do the burning with Nahida and Klee. So right here you would just, if I had my sanctuary ability, I could just activate that and then just throw bombs inside of the sanctuary and it will create burning. And also it will create aggravate as well. So here's what you want to do with this team. You want to have Yai, Klee, and Nahida all at the same time using Nahida's Sanctuary. Up under Nahida's Sanctuary, you switch over to Layla, and Layla can use her shield with shooting stars with her abilities. And you can pretty much just sit here and just soak up damage while dealing damage at the same time. I mean, it's a really good trade-off because if you look at this, for instance, I'm about to show you. For instance, alright, so you see all of her talents, right? And, so you see while the Curtain of Slumber is active, the Deep Sleep effect will activate each time the curtain gains 1 night star. So the shield strength of a character up under the effect of the Curtain of Slumber increases by 6%. So basically, whenever you activate her shield, you can get another night star for each time. But the best thing about this is this right here. In her constellation, C2, you can get basically 1 energy for each of the stars that hit someone. So that's like 4 energy right there, or it could be more energy based on the factors of your artifacts. Another thing is this right here. This is like the best ability that I've seen so far, the Starry Illusion, which whenever your shooting star starts to fire off, your normal attacks and charge attacks damage increased by 5% based off of her max HP. So if you build her as a tank with a lot of HP, then you can get up to more, you know, you can get up to more damage just based off of normal attacks. And then it says Dawnstar can last up to 3 seconds and will remove 0.5 seconds after dealing normal or charged attack damage. So while you're doing your normal attacks, this right here will activate, and it will increase. It doesn't matter which character that you use on your team, it will increase their normal, and it will increase their normal damage and their charge attack damage. So, but based upon how much HP that Layla has. So, if Layla has a crap ton of HP, if you just soak her up into nothing but HP, then her shield, as soon as you activate it, and her stars start hitting people, then those stars will not only come back. Yeah. Not only will those stars come back and you get energy for those stars, but you will get also a damage bonus from her stars shooting off. So that's like three good things all at once. You get energy, you get a damage boost, and you get a defense boost. So all of that at one time is just it's just amazing. It's just so much benefits that this character has. And this character, although it's just a 4-star character, this character has a lot of good things going for it. Especially C4. I see C4 as being the best Layla that you could possibly build. If you're running C4 Layla, I mean, there's nothing wrong with C0 Layla. It's just that C4 Layla is just gonna be amazing. I mean, past C4, there's nothing really special after C4 because basically the level of her special is increased and the shooting stars deal 40% more damage and her special deals 40% more damage. So basically you don't really get too many benefits out of C5 and C6, but you really get a benefit out of C4. C4 is literally the best Layla that you can possibly make with a HP build, because if you just build her as a tank, which that's my option that I would really say, there's a weapon in the game. It's a dark sword. It can heal you. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to build her as a tank, and then you're going to give her that dark sword to where she can heal herself, and then if she keeps up her HP really high at the same time while her max HP is really high at the same time, you can heal and you can get the benefits off of her other abilities. Like I was saying earlier, the shooting stars popping off is like literally one of the best support abilities like yet, because when those stars fire off, if you switch to another character, your damage is increased by 5% of her max HP. So Layla doesn't even have to be out on the field for you to be benefiting off of her damage. So this is what you want to do. You want to get a high DPS character, and you want to just switch from Layla to that high DPS character while the shield is on. And while the stars are firing off, you want to do as much high basic attack damage as possible. So that's what I wanted to show you guys today in this video. These characters are really good, especially the past two updates, like the I believe it was 3.3, 3.4. I think 3.5 is coming soon, and then we have 3.6 too. So yeah, this character is really good. Like, this is like one of the best characters that we've got in a really long time. Like, I'm so glad that they really did a number up on, on these characters. Like, they did a really good job. Like, I really appreciate that. Like, it's amazing. Like, I really like the fact that they just really hammered, they really did a good job. Like, they stuck it to the books with this character. This character is decent, especially as a cryo. Now, I was surprised whenever they revealed her and her moveset, and I was like, this character has got to be on my team now, because mostly my team is strictly, like, well, not really strictly, but there's not many 4 stars that I really have on my team. So this is really good to have a nice change of pace, because now I get to settle in with characters other than Shinshu, and, you know, I'm not sure if I pronounced his name right, but he's the water, sword user. He's the one with the really short shorts and the blue hair. Like, he's really useful in combat. I like him a lot because of his water ability to both guard and attack at the same time. So, yeah, this is a big change of pace since Shinshu. So, I really like Layla. Layla, her body kit, like, everything makes sense. Like, the way how she can just,
stars.
you know, she's a shielder and a tank at the same time. That's the best that I can say. She's a shielder and a tank, because although her shield gives her really good support, those stars help out overall. I would say that, you know, she could buff anybody's team by a great bit just by putting her HP up. As you can tell, I only have her at level 20 right now. It's because I just got her, but that's gonna change real quick. Like, you know, real quick, like almost instantaneous. But I'm just showing you what early level Layla would look like. Now, anybody can build how they want to on their characters. I don't knock anybody's build, and I don't, you know, hover around builds, because a character based upon, I rate a character based upon their abilities and the assets that that character has. I don't rate characters by builds and stuff, because everybody's builds is different, and everybody's builds are, it's an ingenuity thing. Like, anybody can engineer their build however they want to. So, overall, it's going to be the character and what that character gives to your team. Like, what benefits does this character give to your entire team comp, and what element are they? Like, as a cryo, Layla's really good. Like, I like her as a cryo. Like, to me, she's like literally.
My legs are so sore.
Literally a step above some of the other ones. So.
Guess I must have been sleepwalking.
That really helps out my team. Like, having that shield to shield my team with the stars and the Electra at the same time.
Emerge right now.
And then I can switch over to Nahida and snapshot everything. Like, that really helps me. Now, I'm only in a low level area because, you know, I'm just testing things out. Like, this build, oh, and I have my characters at low level so I can show you how powerful they are at low level areas. But I didn't want to stretch it too much because, you know, I'm just making this a quick video. But anyhow, yeah, and then you got Klee here, who's really good. Like, I don't know why people don't use her, but, like, Klee is definitely a good character to have on your team, because she can throw those bombs, and those bombs deal AoE damage. Like, her AoE is just one of the best AoEs in the game. Like, I can't really find other characters that really do the job that Klee does. Like, her AoE is spot on. Like, look at this. Like, those AoE bombs, and they stay there, and then they explode. And then you can switch over to Yae, and then those electric things pop off, and those bombs pop off too, creating overcharge. So, you know, it's just amazing what those bombs can do. And with Nahida and Klee, you create burning, and then you create aggravate with Nahida and Yaemiko. The only thing that is really helping out is that shielding thing. Like, whenever you shield all your characters from damage while doing those stars and buffing your team with the stars, it really helps them out. Now, I'll show you these are just low-level builds right now, but you guys might not like the builds, and that's okay. But like I said, to me, the build is not what matters. It's the character and their assets, like what their abilities are. Like, for instance, I wouldn't use Yaemiko if she didn't have a really good ability like me.
Come on now.
Like, that's how I play the game. I play the game based upon abilities and not builds.
Most humans could have the entirety of their fleeting lives chronicled in but a few short lines. Their stories really make for terribly dull reading. Traveling to other worlds is all that anyone seems to be writing about these days. Goodness knows what they find so disappointing about their own world.
Okay, sorry about the interruption and everything. As I was saying, as this video continues, basically this is a really good team. Like, I'm not sure people are going to use it or are going to, like, you know, do their own thing, but that's fine. But, like, if you use this team, I can guarantee you, you'll clear dungeons like it's nothing, and you'll be able to, like, deal a crap ton of damage, basically based off of skill alone. Without a build, based off of skills alone, this shield ability, Yaemiko's teleporting,
Right now.
and Klee's bombs is really nice, because the bombs also create melt too. So you've got 3 different things happening all at once. You've got burning, you've got aggravate, you've got you've got superconduct too, and you've got overcharge. So that's a lot of things happening. If I'm not mistaken, overcharge and burning are like really dang on good together. Like, if you have overcharge and burning, it's like so good. And then you have hyper bloom, which hyper bloom and basically hyper bloom is whenever you have a wait a minute, I think that's a Hydra. Never mind.
Bombs
And if you switch Layla out for Genshin, which you can, I mean that's what most people would probably do, but I wouldn't do it for the simple fact that I just like Layla and her organization. Like, I just like how everything is built up. So that's pretty much gonna be it for this video. I mean, I don't have much else to share other than this team comp. I will show you these early level builds. Now this is a build without all the 5-star artifacts. Let's say if you were struggling and you had these characters right now, you could easily build these characters with a couple of gladiator. Like, if you use gladiator, I mean, on your characters, it's not a problem. It's just that, you know, it's basic, so not a lot of people like gladiator or even use gladiator, but gladiator is a basic thing to use on a character that you just start out with, and you're trying to learn different teams and build your character however you choose. So I'm just going to show you what these current builds are. Like I said, you see how it only has like 500 attack. It's just really low level, but that's just fine because, you know, it's okay. I'm not going to really showcase weapons or anything because weapons don't really matter much, but, you know, I mean, weapons do matter, but I mean, at this level, it's not going to really help benefit if the character's damage and skills aren't high enough. Because you gotta remember, the most important thing in the game is the character's artifacts. Like, if the character doesn't have good artifacts, then your weapon, it ain't gonna matter what weapon you use, your character is just gonna be bone dry. Like, your artifacts is what makes your character, like, really, really solid. Like, without this right here, without artifacts, your character has no build. Like, you can't really make a build without artifacts. Like, weapons is secondary. So if I had to rank up how to actually, I should make how to build videos, but I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm just gonna wait later. But anyhow, if I had to say how to build a character, is first you got to have your artifacts on how you want your character. You could do 2-piece and another 2-piece to make a, overall 2-piece, or you can make a 4-piece with, something else that benefits. But mostly what you want is something that works in conjunction with the character. So, however you want to build. But if you see like a character is a shielder, it's obvious that you want to give them HP and you want to give them elemental mastery. So, because with a character that uses a shield, you want them to have a lot of health because they're going to need that health to protect the team. Like, they need to be able to survive long enough to protect the team long enough because they're going to have to keep that shield out 100%. So, basically what I would say is maybe more health and possibly even energy recharge and elemental mastery would really benefit shield characters, because those are the core functions of a shield character. Like, any character, like all the characters that use shield need those three functions. They need high HP, they need high elemental mastery, and they need high energy recharge. The main reason why they need energy recharge is because a lot of these shielding characters get benefits off of their specials. Some shielding characters have specials that buff the team, or have specials that do AoE that keeps the team alive, or that heals the team. So you have to take that into consideration, that you want any shielding type character to stay alive as long as possible, because you want them to survive to fight whichever boss that you're trying to fight. Like, let's say if you try to fight, like, the Shogun or something, or Child, like, you want them to survive that fight. So you're going to be putting out that shield, and you got to have that large amount of HP pool to be able to survive through all your characters. Because, see, if you don't do that, then survival, if you're not really invested into DPS like you really want to or need to, or if you're kind of scared, because that's how most people play. Some people are scared, but that's fine. But if you're not really hard into DPS, then you're going to have to trade off for defense. Because not a lot of people have all the artifacts that they need, and that's fine. But even if you do have all the artifacts, having a shielding character that actually helps, because this shielding character actually helps buff your team with her C4 ability. So if you have a good shielding character that buffs the team with basic attacks and stuff, then you're going to be benefiting a lot from it. So this is basically what I'm doing right now with this build, is that you can see that I'm just using a basic gladiator. Like, you don't have to do anything special. And this is just at low level too. So most all these artifacts are just basic, maybe 4-star, maybe 4-star, yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with 4-star artifacts or some 3-star artifacts. It's just that if you don't have the top artifacts, and if you're not one of those type of people that have all the extra time to invest in Genshin, then you basically end up with some of these 4-star artifacts. And that's not a problem, because some 4-star artifacts can help get you through to certain points in the game where if you just change your team comp, then you'll do a little bit better. But all in all is that you want to look at your artifacts first before you try to look at your weapons. Now, weapons is secondary. So, here's what I have to say for weapons. If you are using a sword person, try to find a weapon that complements that element. Like, let's say, I don't know, like, these are low-level weapons, like I was saying. These are really low-level weapons up on this account, so, yeah. So, like this for instance, the Lion's Roar, like the Bane of Thunder and Fire. Like you want a weapon that's gonna boost your element. And if you have high elemental mastery, which I was talking about earlier, whenever you use your regular basic skill and stuff, then you're gonna be doing a lot of damage. So that's that. Like that's just gonna be your trump card. So I'm just using this for now because it's just really low level stuff like I was saying earlier. This is just if you don't have what you need. This is just stuff that you can just pick up regularly. Alright, so next we have Yaemiko. So I can show you her artifacts, what I did with her. So basically all it is just a martial artist, which no one uses this at all. Like no one uses martial art. Like martial art is dead. Like who uses fucking martial art? Like martial art is like the worst set bonus in the game. It's a beginner set bonus. Like I said, like the beginner set bonuses in the game is like gladiator, martial artist, Crimson Witch of Flames with martial artist, and martial artist again. Like I don't have a lot of the what's that? The Dendro artifacts and stuff yet, or anything like that. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough pool for it, but I tried. Like I used all the beginning stuff. I did all the you know, I worked my way around to what could be useful at low levels with these characters. So yeah, like I use martial artist and then gladiator, and basically what both of those do is that your normal attack is gonna be really high because first of all, you're getting a plus 18% in attack, and then you're getting another plus 15% in attack. So that's a bonus for both. So, like I said, you can use 2 mixed pieces of 2 sets, or you can use an entire full 4 set if you want to. That's all up to you. Like I said, a build is subjective. Like it depends on who the person is or what they want. But overall, it's the character and their skills that matter the most. Because if you, let's say, if you have a team full of characters that aren't really DPS and their skills don't really go towards DPS, then that means you're gonna have to one, try to build them like a DPS if you want to, or you could build them like a tank. But what's recommended is not really what's always best. So what you're gonna have to do is you have to actually find out what you like about that character and what to utilize with that character in order to make that character work how you want it to work. Because that's how builds are supposed to be. It's supposed to be how you want it to be. Let's say you have a Klee, right? Like for instance, like Klee, like most people was like, alright, so she's DPS, right? But you can build Klee however you want. Like you can build her as a tank, you can build her as support, or you can build her as like what's some of her constellations say? Let's see what these constellations say. Hey, look at that. Or you could build her like a tank or something. Because Klee can be built like a tank. As you can see, I have her built more like a tank and a healer at the same time that does AoE. So, I mean, that's just how I built her. The main reason why I did that is because I wanted her to have high HP and to be able to heal herself so that I can stick out bombs multiple times. Because I really like her special and how, if a special lasts a long time, especially with Yaemiko, like Klee and Yaemiko is really an overpowered team because when you put out those bombs and you have those little turret things at the same time, it creates a big AoE splash. Like that's just nothing but AoE. And then if you pull out Nahida's little sanctuary thing and you start snapshotting everybody, then that's like aggravate and burn. So those are really 2 good effects to apply to your character. It's just the simple fact that not a lot of people pay attention to it. So basically what you want to do is when you're finding your own style and your own way of team comp, you might want to look at the character's abilities first and think about which character abilities that you want to utilize and how you want to utilize those abilities. Because you can use those abilities as really making them a tank, making them a support, or making them a DPS. Doesn't matter, but it's how you want to build your character. So, here's the thing. You want to always make sure that you're using characters that you like in the game and that are going to be useful for what you're doing. Because, like I said, there's people, it doesn't matter which characters, it's just that you want to build a team that you're going to actually enjoy playing with. So, a lot of people get mad at certain team comps and stuff, which to me, it doesn't really matter what team comp you have. So, you know, you do what you want, and you get what you want, and you build what you want. So, you know, it's subjective. So, I mean, that's whatever works best for you overall, but I'm just telling you what's there and what can be used. Let's say if you don't know, this is for people that don't know what they want. Because I feel as though that I didn't really explain that much in the video, but if you don't know what you want in a build, or you don't know what you want in a team comp or anything, then if you watch this video, then I believe that you'll have a better understanding of what you might want and what you might want to be able to use. And you'll be able to use it differently and be able to explore your own way of doing it. But, you know, that's up to you. But I'm just showing you a really good team comp that actually works and that is effective that you can use if you want to. And you can use it at low level. It doesn't matter. Like, you can use it at low level if you're at a low. You know, it is what it is. If you're at low level and you have these characters, you can use them. So, and that's that. I believe I've explained everything, and doesn't matter. You can use what characters you want. You can use a full pyro team and still get away with stuff. So, I mean, that's up to you. But I was just showing you, if you don't know what to do or don't know what you want, this is just a gateway into figuring out what you want. Because if you start off with something like this, and then you figure out what you want a little bit later, then, you know, it's up to you. You'll figure out what you want, you know, later, but if you have something to work with, then that's better than nothing. Something is better than nothing, because if you have something to base off of, then you can build yourself, and then you can adapt. Like, don't let people knock you down for your team comps and stuff, because a lot of people don't realize, but their play style is their play style, and that's what matters to them. So, with that said, I will be signing off on this video, and I'll have a couple of more videos later on Genshin, but right now, I'm going to be moving on to some other games, too, so, yeah, ciao later, just showcasing these, and that'll be all. Ciao, ciao now, ciao, ciao.